Hello, welcome to our podcast.
I don't know what episode we're on.
21, I think.
Fuck.
Um,
We're still doing it.
we're still here. We're still here talking to no one.
Yeah.
So to all the people that aren't listening, that
Fuck
should show
you.
that should show you how dedicated we are to just rambling and having no one hear us.
Yeah.
But that's what we like. We just like having no feedback at all because then there's no positive feedback, but at least there's no negative feedback.
Absolutely. So, you know what? Even though we probably don't know what we're doing wrong, we're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, we're just going to keep doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So, what happened this week in global events? There's something I wanted to talk about, but now I've forgotten about it.
Before you get into that, why you're remembering it, I guess. I just thought this was kind of funny. It just happened to me. I can't say his last name, but a person with my exact name.
First, last name, yeah. Same first and last name.
Yes, which is kind of like what I said.
You just said name.
Yeah,
There's tons of Liams.
Yeah, but I said my exact name,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Anyway. So he basically added me on Snapchat, and another person added me on Snapchat too, a girl named Rachel, and she Snapchatted me yesterday, and I thought it was someone that lived around here, but I think she was really confused. She asked me where I was, because I had a Snapchat story, of me, walking in the woods. And she asked me where I was, and then she said this place, that I didn't even know of. And then I told her what place it was, and she's like, maybe you're the wrong Liam. And then I was like, well, could be. And then another Liam added me on Snapchat, and he basically thought I was a parody account, making fun of him. And I had to explain to him that I lived in Canada. This Liam lived in Ireland. So 2 people from Ireland added me thinking I was someone else. And I don't know, I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I think he was getting a little offended at first. He was like, you're gay, bud, or something like that over, because Liam was like, yeah, no, what's up, man? My name's Liam as well.
Yeah. He asked me who I was, and I was like, I'm you from the future, because, I thought he was fucking with me.
All right, so we're back after Liam said his full name on the recording. Good thing we're not doing this live.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yeah. Have you guys ever had something like that happen to you? There's not a lot of Christians I've met.
It's actually happened before to me too. Another Liam has added me on Snapchat, doing the same thing, but it wasn't he didn't share my last name.
I actually met someone with the exact same first and last name as me and I met them and we went to a party together, and it was super weird because I don't meet a lot of Christians, period. And then here was this guy with the same fucking first and last name in the same fucking room as me. It was really, really strange. But I mean, it's not that much of a coincidence at the end of the day, I guess, because there's only so many names to go around. There's a lot of people, but yeah, let us know if that has happened to you guys. Fuck. And now I still can't remember what it was that happened this week.
Ooh.
What did happen this week?
I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with current events.
Fuck.
Yes.
Well, it's springtime.
Yes.
And for those of you in America and especially Canada, then that's good news because I fucking hate the winter time.
Yeah, winter looks like it's finally almost over. I would say it's probably over at this point.
Yeah.
But it's finally starting to warm up, and winter is so depressing here. We've probably said it before on the podcast, but winter is just there's not really much to do unless you're a kid. You can go sledding, or I guess you can go skiing or snowboarding, but those things both cost money unless you have a hill in your backyard, or you have a place you can go and do that for free. But other than that, there's not really much you can do around here in the winter. But when it's warm, there's plenty to do. So
I find the winter is depressing too. People say it's because you don't get enough sun. I don't know if that's the case, but it's just, I think it's the feeling of if I want to go out and do something, I can't. I can't just go for a walk and not be freezing fucking cold.
Yeah. or you have to like wear like layers and shit,
Yeah.
bundles. But yeah, I mean, now that it's finally spring, like we're hoping to be able to get back into filming videos and shit like that. But other than that, what do you guys usually do in the spring? What do you guys do for fun? I want to know if anyone is still listening to this.
Yes.
For the single person who is listening to this, I'd like to know what you do in the spring and summertime. And also another question I have: what is your favorite season? I'm gonna have to. Mine's probably summer. I'd say.
Yeah, summer's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm too white for the summertime. Even in little old Canada, it gets a little bit too hot for my liking sometimes. But like, the cold is worse. The cold is much worse.
Yeah.
And the transition seasons aren't consistently good enough. Like spring and fall, like like late April, May is good. Those are good times of the year, but like March is not in Canada. March is just winter basically, so you're just fucked still. So I can't say spring is my favorite season, but I really don't know what happened this week, to be honest with you.
You said you had something that you wanted to talk about though.
No, not really.
I thought you said that at the start of the podcast. You said you were trying to remember something.
I'm trying to remember it, but I don't think it's gonna come to me, to be honest. Yes. Well, I guess if we have nothing to talk about, then
Anyway, we've had a lit episode this
Yeah.
time, and we'll see you next week, guys.
yeah, I guess we could do let's jump into the would you rather's. I don't want to just meander around and not talk about anything, and I really don't know what it was I wanted to talk about. I'm probably gonna kick myself for it later, but yeah, would you rather time. Okay, so we return to our very talkative episode. I'll start the would you rather's, I guess. Anyone who has played the Elder Scrolls might know what I'm talking about. But would you rather be able to fast travel to somewhere you've been before, or you can walk around with like inventory space? Like you could like, you know what I mean? Like let's say you could carry like 500 pounds worth of shit or something. So you could just like put a desk in your inventory, and then just drop the desk. So you don't have to lug it upstairs or anything. You just fucking boom, there's the desk. If people who haven't played the Elder Scrolls might not know exactly what I'm talking about, but like basically you could just move shit around without actually moving it around, I guess, let's say.
And like teleport to old places you've been.
Yeah.
I would probably choose fast traveling.
Yeah, me too.
Because then I would just make a point of it to like just go as many places as I could, and then like never pay to travel ever again in my life.
Yeah, and it would make your life really easy. Like you could, if you worked in somewhere, like if you had like a pretty regular commute, you could just fast travel to work, fast travel to the grocery store, fast travel home.
You'd never be late for work ever again.
Yes.
Unless you're just a retard.
And you sleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's an easy one, but yeah, what would you guys do? I think the fast traveling thing, because yeah, then you could go to Mexico and you can just be like, all right, well I just feel like going to Cancun for the day.
Yeah.
Poof, and then you're in fucking Cancun. So.
But then there's also the advantages of having an inventory space too, like being able to just carry 500 pounds worth of stuff like on you all the time without you being like, without you struggling to carry it, and you just have it like kind of like with you on your person.
Yeah, let's up the ante. Let's say you have like 10,000 pounds.
Oh, that'd be neat.
So you could like set up like a home gym anywhere you go in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I still think I gotta go with the fast traveling thing, but like
they're both really useful, but I'm gonna go with the fast traveling one. It's kind of similar to my would you rather, but it's not too similar. But this one is, would you rather be able to teleport, or every time you clap you create legal $5 bills?
Teleport.
Yes.
Teleporting is, I guess, fast traveling again, but you can teleport anywhere. I guess you could.
You can teleport anywhere. Let's just say you can teleport anywhere you can think of.
But when you clap, you make
legal $5 bills, so you can just sit there clapping all day, and just like give money to everyone who needs it, kind of thing.
I'd say probably teleport because then, first of all, the first thing I think of that comes to mind is when Germany owed a whole bunch of money in World War One after World War One, and they printed a whole bunch of money and they fucked their whole currency up. So if you just kept clapping and making legal $5 bills, you'd crash your own economy. Whereas if you could teleport, you could just teleport into the biggest bank in the world if you really wanted to, and just steal like 100K if you wanted, or
I thought about that too, but then I was like, that's not even my money though that I'd be
yeah.
taking. So
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think I would do that, but I just mean like you could do that, and think about the amount of money you could make off just teleporting in the first place. Like you'd find some sort of use for it.
yeah, I'd probably like pick. Even if you fucked your own economy though, like you'd still have an infinite like number of like $5 bills. So like you're never like hungry or like you don't have to worry about money ever again in your life.
Yeah, but the rest of the country would.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it depends like how many times like you're really using it. I guess like, I don't know if one person would be able to do that unless they just sat there clapping all day.
It depends how greedy you are, I guess.
Yeah.
If you just made like $100,000 or something,
Probably wouldn't really make a difference. If you
yeah,
did 100,000.
probably not. But like, yeah, it depends on how much of a greedy cunt you are, I guess.
Mm.
But yeah, you definitely could devalue your own currency.
Yeah.
By clapping.
I would probably pick the clapping one because like, I mean, you can teleport anywhere. Like, since I already picked like the fast travel one last time, like I'm gonna pick clapping and creating $5 bills this time because like that way, like, you know, if you're out with your friends or something at a movie and like someone forgets their wallet or whatever, you clap a couple times and there you go, the movie's covered. And then you can use it whenever you need it, kind of thing. And like even if you do teleport, like you can teleport to like some crazy cool places, but like let's say if you fucking teleport to like a city in Mexico, like you're there now, but like where's your money, like hypothetically, if you're not like well off or if you don't have money in the first place, like what are you gonna do there?
I feel like you could make money being able to teleport.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some way you could make money for it, but like for the sake of just like the basic question, like teleporting or having money, that's kind of what it is.
I'll go with the teleporting. I'd find a way to make money off it for sure. I'd teleport people places for a fee.
Fair enough. I'm gonna have to pick the $5 bill one. But we'll probably ask another would you rather too, since there's not really much going on this week for current events, not that we know of anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously there's always something to talk about, but like that has flown over our heads this week.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
actually, Conor McGregor, he said he was gonna retire from the
oh right,
from the UFC.
right.
Unless he said he'll come back if he gets a piece of the company of UFC. And Dana White is laughing basically at that offer because he's like, fuck no. You're not going to get a piece of the UFC. I think like his, what's the expression I'm looking for? His eyes are really bigger than his stomach in this one because he already has a lot of money like from his whiskey, Proper 12. And he already is like he doesn't have to worry about money basically. I think for the rest of his life, if he lives like, unless he lives like a king, which he kind of seems like he is living that way right now in the moment. But he I kind of like look up to his money sense and his business sense in a way because he knows how like entertaining of a fighter he is, and he's saying I'll come back if you give me a piece of the company, and like that's invaluable if you own like a part of the UFC. It's such a huge company.
Yeah, I think he thinks he's a lot larger than life than he is. Like Conor McGregor
Yeah.
obviously is he's a star now through like his fights and everything. He really is a star. Like he's bigger than the UFC, but like it's not like he's replaceable or irreplaceable. Like there will be someone one day that could make more money.
That's what Dana White said
Yeah.
in his interview. He said there's always going to be someone that comes along and is better than the other person, than the champion. Like it was like Jose Aldo, or I don't know if it's Jose or Jose Aldo, but look what happened to him. He got knocked out, and like
He was the best in the world
yeah,
before then.
And Conor McGregor came along and knocked him out, and then Khabib came along and beat up Conor.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens, I guess. There's always someone that's tougher than you, whether you like to think that or not. It's true. It's the case.
Unless you're John Jones and you just win every fight. But even then, eventually one day he'll probably lose. But I guess the thing what I'm saying is Conor's really good at shit talking and selling the fights.
He's just a very entertaining
Yeah.
person. Like now he's actually kind of going back to what he was doing before to like get a match with Khabib. Like he's just going after like he's doing the whole personal insult and family insult shtick, like that kind of like I don't know, like if you watch the match like where he's fighting Khabib, like Khabib like is ready to like break his arm or something, or he's ready to just like I don't know, he had him in like a hold, and then he's like, man, it's just business, like you can hear Conor say it because he knows he's gonna like Khabib's mad and he's gonna get like fucked, but if you listen like at a part in the fight you can hear him say that. And now he wants to fight him again. I guess he's confident that he's going to do well in a rematch. But from how the first fight ended up, like I don't think
he got manhandled that first fight. Yeah.
In every aspect. But you know, that's cool that he wants a rematch. But I don't know. I think the whole retiring thing is just like it's a good way to like get more hype around your name too. Like Justin Bieber did it when he was younger. Some other people do. I can't really think of any other examples besides those two, but
Lil Uzi just did it.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I can't imagine he's gonna retire. He's like he's not like young, but he's like 30, I think. Like he's like not that old. Like he could have a long career ahead of him still. Like he could have at least another 5 years of fighting.
The question people are asking now is like, is it even worth it for him, like in his own mind, to fight? Because Khabib, his whole attitude is like, I don't fight for the money, I fight for the honor and the glory. And then there's Conor, and like he's Mr. Money Man walking around in his suits and drinking whiskey in his fight interviews, his pre-fight interviews and shit. And I don't know if that's just like his persona that he puts on, or if he's actually like, I'm just all about the money. But it kind of seems that way when he does when he makes those bargaining chips, like getting a piece of the UFC. If he really loved fighting, I feel like he wouldn't even do the retirement thing, and he would just try to go back to fighting after his suspension is over.
Yeah, he's just kind of he's a money man, like what you said. He cares about making money and the UFC, because he's a very talented fighter. So the UFC, I think, was just his means to get the money that he wanted. But who knows? I still think that he'll be back, at least for like a fight. But like I think he'll be back, like to the UFC to fucking do some fights and shit. Like I don't know. I mean, that's just me in my head. But like I just think that like I don't know. I don't know why. I just think he will. But like it would suck if he did retire. He's entertaining.
I feel like he'll want to prove himself after like how bad he got manhandled by Khabib. Like, and I was never like a hater of Conor McGregor. Like I respect like what he does and his whole shtick that he does like before his fights, and his attitude and his personality. Like a lot of people hate his cockiness and like and say he's overconfident. And like he has proven to be overconfident, but sometimes he says things he's going to do and he does them, and not a lot of other fighters can really say that they share the same ability right now.
When he was on a roll, like he was on a fucking roll. Like
yeah,
he was,
that's how he just became like the legend he is. He is a legend right now, like, and I don't think that's like too far off to say, like in terms of like actually attracting people to the whole UFC. Like maybe he's not the greatest fighter that ever was, but like I think he's a legend, and like a lot of people know the name Conor McGregor. Of like, oh yeah, that's that guy who fights in the UFC.
Yeah, he's bigger than the UFC really at this point. Like a lot of people know Conor McGregor's name. Not a lot of people watch the UFC compared to that. I think that he's bigger than the corporation, but his name is bigger than the corporation. But that doesn't mean he's worth whatever kind of ownership he's asking of the UFC. Like, because they've got so many fucking people in the UFC that are big money makers. Just none have been as big as Conor historically. Like,
I don't think they're ever gonna need to say yes to like that request.
no,
like,
they're doing just fine.
because,
They're doing
like,
great.
Like we said earlier, like there's gonna be another person. There's gonna be another Conor McGregor.
Yeah, there always is fucking, basketball. There's Michael Jordan. Well, now there's LeBron James, right? Like, there was Wayne Gretzky in hockey. Now there's Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin. Like, it's just how it works. There'll be another exceptionally talented shit talking fighter in the UFC. It's guaranteed to happen. So yes, Conor McGregor is like a legend, but I think that he should still be in the UFC, solidifying his legend, so that he can go down in history as like the guy that shit talked his way to the top and backed it up. You know what I mean? But like,
I think the question at the end of the day people are asking for Conor McGregor is like, is it even worth it though? For in his mind, like he's already a multi-millionaire, and like he's doing very well off of his whiskey.
yeah, it depends on what you care about, right? If you really, it's like what you said. If you really care about the sport, I think that you're gonna keep competing until you feel like you can't compete anymore. And I think there's no way that Conor McGregor is not able to compete right now. He might just be ducking out because like the other part, what you're saying, like it's not worth it money wise for him anymore. So
Yeah, he could just like right now he could just be like, you know what, I've been hit in the face enough. I'm
Yeah.
already a multi-millionaire. I don't need to ever get hit in the face again. And that's also like Floyd Mayweather though. But like look at him though. He'll come back and like come out of retirement and defend his title. And to be fair though, like Floyd Mayweather, he's an incredibly talented boxer, but like he's a cherry picker as well. And he cherry picked his fight for Manny Pacquiao, and that Japanese kid or like Thai boxer that he fought, like that was a pathetic match. Like that was such a joke, and I feel bad for the people that paid for that match.
is that the most recent one you did?
Yeah, I think so. It was pretty awful. It was like a first round or second round knockout.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of it. It was pretty sad. Yeah, but I don't know. Conor McGregor doesn't need to go back. No. Do I think he should go back? Yeah. Do I think he will? Yeah, but like no, he doesn't have to. Like he's fucking rich. Like what you said, he's loaded for the rest of his life if he wants to be.
Yeah, like he can just live his life off the whiskey brand he's made now. Like it was such a smart move on his part because like he was such a legendary UFC fighter, and he took all that publicity from that one thing, and it really helped out with his new business venture, which is his whiskey Proper 12, and he used all that publicity, and it kind of like really went and synergized well with what he's trying to do now. Like if he wasn't Conor McGregor, like he couldn't have done it. Like he couldn't have made his whiskey popular like that. I don't think, but good for him. He seems like he has it all figured out right now.
Yes. I hope to see him back in the UFC. He's entertaining.
I would like to see a rematch personally. Just like I'd like to see him come back and at least put up a better fight than he put up in the first match against Khabib. But even if he doesn't win, I'd like to see a rematch. But yeah, I don't know. He's sometimes his trash talk is a little bit much. I think he called Khabib's wife like recently. I think he called her a towel head.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
Yeah. So like I think like when you say shit like that, like for the sake of like when you say shit like that, you should be ready for your opponent to like break your arm or something like that, because like that's very personal.
Yeah, that's not business.
Yeah.
That's not business. That's just attacking someone personally. But I mean, at the same time, all is fair, I guess. Like, but like, yeah, you can understand why Khabib fucking jumped into the crowd and fucking destroyed him the way he did. But
Well, yeah, I think he kicked Dylan Dennis in the face when he jumped out of the octagon.
yeah, he like ninja kicked into the crowd. It was wild.
Yeah, because like Dylan Dennis was like saying something like offensive, like when Khabib won, he was yelling something, and then Khabib was like fuck it, and then just jumped out of the octagon and kicked him. I think that was his main target, but I think it was funny that like he wouldn't fight Jake Paul, which is
Who?
Dylan Dennis.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, it's like this guy that trains with McGregor all the time, and he trains him in well, he doesn't train him, but like they spar together and they spar jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and like Dylan Dennis is supposed to be one of the best right now apparently in that sport, and he's just like he kind of like sucks Conor's ass. I would say like he kind of like he comments on every picture that he's in with Conor, like every picture in general, and he's a guy who's like pretty famous and he trains with someone who's super famous, so like I understand like you want to like comment and stuff like on the Instagram posts and stuff, but like I thought it was funny how like Jake Paul called him out, and like it's Jake Paul, like you wouldn't even do that just because like it would be like it would be fame for him, and it would be publicity for him and publicity for Jake Paul, and maybe he doesn't want to like give Jake Paul that publicity, but I think it's kind of funny like backing out of a fight like from a guy who's boxed for like a year and a half, like when you're supposed to be like a world famous like Brazilian jiu-jitsu like fighter. Like I realize it's not boxing, but you would think you're already in shape to like at least like start training that sport. I don't know. I realize they're two different disciplines, but like if I was famous and Jake Paul challenged me to a fight, like I'd definitely consider it. Like it depends how famous you are, I guess, but
I'd do it.
yeah.
I'd do it for sure. I'm looking at Conor McGregor's Instagram right now, by the way. Two things. He posted a picture 10 hours ago of him sparring with some guy in boxing and like him knocking him down or something. So like he's definitely teasing the fans right now. Like I think he, you know what I mean? It seems like he's fucking with people. But also at the same time, apparently he made his own rosé brand called Champ Rosé.
Wow.
So
he has Proper 12 and he has Champ.
Rosé.
Champ or Champ?
Champ.
Fucking weird name for a liquor, but
I guess it's because he was the 2 times champ. Oh, okay, it was an April Fool's joke. Sorry. He fucked with me. I forgot that April Fool's was just a right. That'd be something to talk about. April Fool's. Elon Musk dropped a fucking rap song.
Yeah. I looked for it. I couldn't find it.
Oh, I think we can play it without getting hit with copyright because it's this. You know what? Fuck it. I want to just play a little snippet of this because like it's fucking ridiculous. it's just like I can't believe this is a thing. I don't know if it's actually him singing in it, but like I can't believe it. This was probably the thing I wanted to talk about because like I just thought it was fucking so funny. It's called R.I.P. Harambe. It's hard to listen to, but I'll play a little bit.
Alright.
That's it. That's all I'll play, but like I'm not that surprised, I guess, after he went on Meme Review on PewDiePie's show, but like Elon Musk, man, with every passing week, I like that guy just a little bit more because like great guy, philanthropist, and also meme god, it seems. He's not afraid to make himself look like a fool.
He's very in tune with the internet.
Which is funny considering he's the CEO of like 5 or 6 companies.
Yeah.
Or like runs them.
He doesn't need to be in tune with that part of the internet, I feel like. But,
No, he really doesn't. Like you'd think he'd be busy between having like, I think he has like 5 kids or something. 5 businesses. 5 or 6 businesses, like A-list celebrity, and he still has time to make a SoundCloud song about Harambe.
Keep in mind, not a good SoundCloud song.
Terrible, absolutely awful. And I don't even know if it's him in it, but like it would be way funnier if it was him in it. I like to think it is, but it doesn't sound like him, even with all the auto-tune.
What was another thing that happened on April Fool's? For Honor, the Ubisoft game.
Right, I heard about this.
They did a little thing on April Fool's where they did a collaboration with like the company that made Rabbids, unless like those are the same company. I'm just getting that mixed up, but like either way they did a collaboration, and then they put like Rabbids in the game like For Honor, for April Fools, and like you could just like defend against like hordes of them, which I thought that was a pretty funny idea for an April Fools like joke for a video game. Um, yeah, like Rainbow Six did one where they made like a map, or I don't know if they did this to every single map, but some of the maps were like bright pink and blue and all these vibrant colors, and some of the operators were like toy soldier skins. Like I thought that was I don't know. I think that's cool when game companies like play into holidays. Like it's immersive. I think just like it kind of ties in with real life. Like when I don't know, Call of Duty 4, they do something where it's like they make a couple maps like winter maps like in December.
Yeah, I think April Fool's Day is just one of those days of the year though that I've almost completely just forgotten about because like I don't know, like what even happens. I guess the best part about April Fool's Day is like the corporate shenanigans that goes on and all these big businesses and celebrities and shit like trying to prank people and shit. But like, um, I don't know, weird day of the year, I guess, where you get Elon Musk rap songs. But yes, too bad For Honor tanked. That game looked pretty cool at first.
Yeah, I was never gonna buy it just because like I felt like that kind of game like requires a very good internet connection. Just like the nature of the game, it's like sword fighting. So I feel like if you're playing on someone else's host and it's bad, like I feel like it would just be a awful experience to play a game like that online. But I don't know. If anyone is listening to this, what is a video game that you are playing right now? And also, what is your favorite video game of 2019 and a game that you're looking forward to that is being released in 2019?
Recently, me and Liam have been playing Overwatch.
Yeah,
getting our feet wet.
Yes, that's a pretty fun game. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're playing it with a friend, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to just like stay entertained if I was playing it by myself.
It'll get a lot more frustrating too because you have to communicate with people.
And like me and Christian just went into game chat the other day. Like we left the party we were in, and we went into game chat, and of course it was just a bunch of 12-year-olds like screaming at each other and
yeah,
just
getting really frustrated,
playing useless characters too, and screaming at each other and getting frustrated and not communicating. And then he was like, all right, and then he just went back in the party. And I figured it was going to be like more or less like what it was, just kids screaming at each other, and that's fine. It is kind of like a kid. It's not like branded towards kids.
It's
like
kid friendly.
Yeah, it's kid friendly, and it's branded towards like everyone. But
yeah,
I feel like that's the game where like parents are gonna be like, okay, I'll buy you Overwatch instead of the new Call of Duty.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would much rather buy my kid, my little impressionable kid, Overwatch.
Totally.
But
because like Call of Duty games now, like the campaigns are actually really gory, like way more so than they used to be.
I always liked the Call of Duty campaigns. I'm not a big Call of Duty guy. I always thought the campaigns were pretty decent.
I've actually bought a couple Call of Duties and just not played the campaigns just because like I don't know, if I wanted to play like a first person shooter like kind of campaign oriented game, I'd play maybe like Battlefield or something like that.
Yeah, those are pretty good too.
But I think like I like the old campaigns though in Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1.
Yeah,
Black Ops 1 was my favorite campaign of any like Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Did you play that one or?
Oh yeah. I played the campaigns for most of those ones up until probably about Black Ops 2.
Yeah, Black Ops 2, like it lost me on the campaign. I was like, I don't fuck with like all the futuristic shit going on right now, and I just like kind of like classic, like Modern Warfare 3 even, like that was a fun game. Like I know a lot of people fucking hate that game, and like there's quite a few good reasons why, but I don't know. Like I think I just probably had the most fun on Black Ops 2 and like Modern Warfare 3.
Yes. All right. Well, we watched a movie this week. What was it called? Await further instructions.
Oh fuck! It was actually pretty bad.
Yeah, I would have to give it 1.5 milk bones, I guess, because it was an original idea, but it was just so poorly done.
And the effects were like ass too. Like,
And a lot of the performances were really like underwhelming, and the writing was bad.
yeah, like you would watch a scene and you would understand why, like what the scene was and like why it was supposed to be there, but they just didn't do it right. Like, and you could just tell like that, like for one part there was one where they're fighting and then the wife starts like singing and it was such a poorly placed, like poorly executed scene. Like,
Oh, and the funny part about that too is when you hover it over it on Netflix, that's the scene that plays.
yeah.
And it was just it, like Liam said, it's super unnatural. Like it very weird.
And the whole family dynamic was so fucking weird. Like, what family behaves that way? I don't know if it was like spoilers. Like, I don't know if it was like the aliens like getting to their minds or anything towards the end of the movie. But like, I've never ever seen, unless it's like in the UK, like where you're just like supposed to, where it's like families are, I don't know, more. They weren't close. Like, it was not a close family in the movie. Maybe that was like a part, like a key plot point, like where I don't know, like because at one point the dad believed that, I already said spoilers, so I'm gonna talk about this part, but there's one part where like the TV said like there's a sleeper agent and you got to expose him, and like the dad basically like cuts his son's face, and like what dad is like 100% like, okay, all right, my son's a sleeper agent, I'm just gonna like cut his face now.
Yeah, this is what it is. What it is.
No family on earth is like that. Well, probably, but like no family that I've ever met.
No reasonable family.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. It just every scene that you watched left you scratching your head. You're like, why? Why did that just happen? Like, the story was cohesive, I guess, but like it was just really really poorly done.
Mm.
So I mean, it's not. I wouldn't give it 1 milk bone out of 5 because like, it wasn't like god awful, but it was pretty fucking awful.
The main character, like the son, his acting was all right. It wasn't like crazy, but
He was okay.
it was believable.
I didn't mind his character. I minded the sister. The sister
Yeah.
was written so insufferably. It was painful. Like there was no redeeming quality to her. She was just a bitch, fucking cunt, and a sheep. Like she didn't have any original thought of her own. Couldn't think or do anything for herself. And was just an absolute fucking bitch. The whole like no redeemable qualities. Terribly written character. And like I get it, you can write a character that's supposed to be completely unlikable, but like not like you wrote her. I think if you guys watch the movie, you'd understand. Like, just, and again, we're not movie critics, but like, I wouldn't recommend watching this movie.
I can appreciate sometimes if there's a character in a movie that I'm just like thinking to myself, oh fuck you, like you can't, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
If it's written well, if it makes sense.
Yeah, like if I'm just like watching a movie and there's a character that just like keeps on, just being a shit dick the entire movie, and they're written that way on purpose to make you angry and to have you evoke that emotion, like, then that's fine. Like, I understand why those characters are there, but like I see what Christian is saying in this movie. Like, she was just dumb and stupid and mean, just to be dumb and stupid and mean. Like,
Yeah, there was no function for her
yeah,
other than like to cause controversy.
she was just a character that like you probably like everyone would watch in the movie, and like everyone just hated her, because she was racist, stupid, and I don't know, it's just a shit family member. Like, I can't imagine like having a family like in that movie. That'd be pretty hard.
Here's now that I'm thinking about it and like I'm reflecting on the movie. The writing basically was done in such a way to create tension, extra tension where there shouldn't have been. Like they should have put more tension on just the situation as opposed to the bonds between the people, because there's no way that you would be like anyone in that house with a reasonable mind and you would like the sister. Like, I get if someone's gonna act out because they're like scared, but like I don't know. The writing was just very poor and just kind of seemed like a lazy substitution for making actual drama in the house. Don't watch the movie. I wouldn't watch
Yeah,
it.
I would say don't watch it. I'm gonna rate it like a 1.5.
Yeah, because like I'm not gonna say it's like the worst movie ever made, but like a 2, I feel like if I gave it a 1, I would be saying that.
Also, yeah, I didn't like the sister's boyfriend as well. They were both dumb, stupid characters, and like,
Yeah,
and he just kept like switching sides every almost like every 2 minutes actually.
yeah. He had no decisiveness in him whatsoever.
Like he was just like a sheep. Like do this, do that. Like whoever told him to do something, he would do it. And that's kind of a dumb character to me too. Like, but anyway, like that's what we thought of the movie. It's starting to look like we are gonna have to wrap this up. But I'd say before we wrap it up, like we should probably do one more. Would you rather?
Do you think so?
I did say that at the start of the podcast that we would do 2 this episode.
But then we rambled on.
I know.
Okay, well, do you have one?
Well, I'm just getting one right now.
Okay, this is a good one from Reddit. We're Reddit fags now. Would you rather have to listen to your least favorite music for the rest of your life, or have to say the "you" from Soulja Boy every time you say the word "you"?
I'm gonna have to pick the U.
Yeah, me too.
Even though you sound like a fucking retard, like dude.
Yeah, at least you get to listen to good music.
Yeah. Because
Some
like,
of these-
what's life if you're just listening to shit music that you don't like all the time? Like I just wouldn't listen to music, and then what is life without music?
It's not as good.
Yeah.
Music enhances life. It is one very good thing in life. There's good food, there's good music, there's good movies, but good music is amazing. So, I agree. Some of these ones on Reddit, like they're clever, but they're too easy. We're gonna have to start making our own ones again that are just fucked.
I actually can't ask this one. Just one moment here. I had one, but then it had a word that was racist in it, so I'm just not gonna ask it.
Yeah, we'll just ask it later, off camera.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
exactly.
I'm just joking.
We're not racist people.
Yeah, we're not. I would never be racist.
Ever.
Yeah, because that would be racist.
Yeah.
That literally sounds like the jokes that people used to tell in high school or whatever. Like you'd say anything and they'd be like, "That's racist." I'm just kind of I'm dead air right now while Liam finds a would you rather.
I literally just went on yours that you asked earlier.
Yeah.
All right. You have a magical lunch bag that feeds you once a day. Will you rather it gives you the same peanut butter and jam sandwich, potato chips, and apple each day, or the favorite food of the person who happens to be sitting next to you?
Favorite food of the person sitting next to me.
Yeah. So you're eating lunch, like let's say like you're out in a social setting, you're eating lunch. Would you rather give you a peanut butter and jam sandwich, potato chips, and an apple, or the favorite food of the person who is sitting next to you, and the lunch bag feeds you once a day? Yeah,
that's what I mean. I would rather take I'm sitting next to the person and I get their favorite food, because even if it's shit, even if it's like a tuna and a peanut butter sandwich with pickles and chopped anchovies,
I'd be pissed if that like appeared in front of me, like out of the lunch bag.
But then you just be like, "Hey, bro, I brought you this lunch. Why don't you buy me something for lunch? And you can have your favorite lunch." And he'd be like, "Oh, okay. That's my absolute favorite lunch. This is my most favorite thing on the planet that you have. I would much rather just buy you a slice of pizza and get your lunch." You know what I mean? And chances are, I mean, like, you're probably going to get something good out of it anyway. It's not like most people have a shitty favorite food. So, I'm definitely going to go with the favorite food one.
Alright, I'm probably going to go with that too, just because like I don't want to eat the same thing every day. That is like a super first world problem, but I just I don't know. It's like when you're listening to like a bodybuilder explain like meal prep, and they're just like, you need to find a way to like make this chicken taste good to you, or else you'll hate it, like because like that's a big part of like a diet, like in bodybuilding. Like they eat chicken a lot, they eat lots of meat and protein and carbs and. But anyway, I'd probably pick the favorite food just because there's variety in there. So like again, I would be pissed if like I pulled a peanut butter pickle and anchovy sandwich out of the lunch bag. Like I'd probably slap the guy next to me in the face with it and be like, "There you go, man. There's your favorite food."
Yeah, you fucking
You
palatless
weirdo.
virgin.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo. Why did you make me eat this?
Why would you have ever eaten
Yeah.
this in the first place?
Yeah.
Ugh, that sounds disgusting. Maybe we'll have to do that for a video.
Yes.
Peanut butter, anchovy, and pickles. Anyway, next week maybe we'll try to get back to the fucked up would you rather's because those seem to be more fun than these ones. These Reddit ones are too easy.
They're easy, but like they're interesting.
They're smart.
They're very interesting.
They're
Because,
like
they
yeah.
open a discussion where the fucked ones are just like, I don't even want to talk with this because like it's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, well, I would appreciate if we could find some ones like that were clever, like they are on Reddit, but like also fucked or not fucked, but like hard to decide on. But like most of the time, you read these and you're like, oh, that's really smart, but I already know my answer. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Screaming into the Void podcast. It's been Trill.
Yes. It has been Trill.
And it will be Trill again next week.
Maybe. I can't guarantee that for the next week. It might not be Trill next week. Wait, don't.